before we get things started, I want to ask a little favor from you.
Could you just like, subscribe, or leave a note? The robot overlords love that kind of thing.
Makes a big difference for the success of this channel.
And we got big things coming, and we don't want you to miss anything.
Someone asked us recently what kind of boat we were looking for. By now, we should know. We've sailed a lot of boats. And on this journey, we have learned a ton. And we've tried to use this YouTube channel to help share some of those learnings. And while most of that's been about catamaran sailing, today we're going to go back to a monohull because recent experiences have really shaped what we're looking for in our next boat.
This one's available. Would you choose a monohull to cruise on now?
I've been ruined, unfortunately.
We had a bit of a revelation of sorts a few months ago. My Uncle Jim invited us along for his maiden voyage aboard this lovely Kadey-Krogen 58.
A wise cruiser once told me you need to know how to do two things on a boat, more important than anything else. How to make it go and how to make it stop.
Of course, depending on the boat, that can either be a very simple process or a very complex process. But regardless, you're looking for robust and reliable. Those are the top priorities.
Back working on boats. Yes, you ready?
Yeah, I'm totally ready.
Jim looks ready. Light winds. It's warm.
We had to figure a few things out, but this Kadey-Krogen is a beast. Extremely well built, and that translated into very few problems as we went out to the Bahamas. It was a really fun trip. It was a great reminder that we don't want the boat to get in the way of the adventure.
Chicken fajitas.
Is this your new apartment or is this a boat?
I feel like I'm in a house.
Roger that.
So it's a gorgeous day, and yeah, see what other adventures happen.
The unexpected adventures. That's what we're in it for. So our revelation is that our next boat needs to be simple and robust. Life is complicated enough. Let's just keep things simple.
Wait, you're in an airport again? Where are you going?
It's my favorite place. We're going to Spain, but then the adventure begins. I'm not sure how this is going to play out.
Never could have guessed what was about to happen. 3 days later, I was passing my first kidney stone.
What is it, a boy or a girl?
Vale, no te preocupes. Where? Do you know where?
I think
We left the hospital and went straight to our next ride.
we did, 20 hours of airline travel, 48 hours in the hospital. Whew, feels good to get out and stretch our legs and see Mallorca a little bit. How you feeling?
All things considered, I feel great.
I wasn't sure if we would be ready to head out on an adventure, but Nick is feeling good. A little bit of flank pain, but he's a trooper. He said he wished that we had a night at a hotel. Can't have that. And once we get to Alicante, we can have some time at a marina and learn the boat. And then we'll have the boat for 5 weeks if we want. Take it up to France. Such a crazy little 3 days here in Mallorca. And that's the definition of an adventure, is things don't always go in the best possible way, but the reality is you are thrust into the present moment. And so many times I just kept thinking to myself, I'm okay. Everything's okay, even though it's not what we anticipated or would choose or any of that. I just kept focusing on all the things that were going right and what to be grateful for and just feeling safe despite the uncertainty. And that's an adventure. And now we're about to head out on another adventure, which is sailing to Ibiza with a brand new Hallberg-Rassy 44, beautiful boat, 4 experienced sailors. Here's the patient.
Hello.
How are you doing? Nick got a new shirt, super cute. And now I just talked to his mom, talked to my mom.
Oh, so mom's all up to speed?
Yeah, everybody's up to speed.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Sailing to Ibiza.
Electronic throttle?
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of lag, but not too bad. He said stay on the side, stay on the port side here, brother.
It's like riding a bike. I felt comfortable handling this boat immediately. Everything except for the Genoa sheet leads can be controlled from the helm. It's pretty awesome. I've never really been the biggest fan of in-mast furling, but these laminate sails with vertical battens were a different story. The shape was awesome. Mast to boom angle does have to be correct, but you can furl this sail up to 40 degrees to the wind. She trimmed up quick and balanced very easily. The Hallberg-Rassy's got a fine entry, and the ride is very smooth. We love sailing multi-hulls. They're great living platforms too. But there's something very organic, almost nostalgic about monohulls. After all, this is the kind of sailing we started with. We started in dinghies, moved up to bigger boats, and the dream took flight. It was much, much later that we got into catamarans. And if we made one mistake with that first cruising boat, is that it was too big, too complicated, and not built well enough. Our second boat was smaller, simpler, and it was built like a tank. We loved that boat for 9 long years. It was great.
This feels good.
Yeah, you're healing.
Pretty perfect. This is barely healing.
This is like the best weather you could imagine.
I mean, to just be this warm
Perfect amount of wind.
with this amount of wind.
Well, when you got our luck.
Don't say that.
Could have been the almost perfect conditions, but it seemed like this boat was super responsive to every little bit of sail trim. It was fun to sail. Matt installed oversized davits to take a bigger dinghy and more solar. He's got additional soft panels on top of the bimini. As the sun got a little lower in the sky, the wind eased off a bit. It was time for the Code Zero, and this was so easy to deploy.
Okay, Code Zero out.
Are you going to do the sheet as well, honey?
This is our first time, so Matt's crew Giacomo is going to handle the sheet, but it could just as easily be handled right from the helm with the push buttons.
Can you see it up there? Starting to come out? More, there we go.
So I can stop and start like that?
Catch up speed.
Yeah.
Take a second.
Okay.
I think the main is electric.
After what we've been through over the last couple of days, it's really hard to tell you just how good it felt to be out on the water in perfect conditions on a beautiful boat. It was amazing. Matt is one of the few cruisers we know who has gone back to a monohull after sailing catamarans for years.
So I think it's time we got the gang back together again. When was the last time we were all hanging out?
Oh, I know where, but I don't remember when.
I think it was 3 years ago.
It was 3 years ago?
Yes, on Choi Lee.
Choi Lee is, it loves the filling
Yeah.
stations. It just absolutely loves them. This one we're just a little less gas too, by the way. It was Scandinavian days. What was it? At Liberty Bay. But what was the name of the town?
Paulsbo?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that town.
There were donuts involved.
There were
yeah.
tremendous donuts involved, and I think I had more than one.
Matt and I have big sweet tooths. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
68-foot Choi Lee, huge motor yacht, and
Yep.
you've since had a couple.
With a bathtub.
Yes, the bathtub. You might remember that scene.
Are you taking a bath on a boat?
It's the first time I'm taking a bath on a boat. This is a nice bath.
That's a big bath.
It is. It's my happy place. Never taken a bath on a boat since.
Yeah.
Before or since. That was amazing.
Yeah.
But no, you invited us on your 2024 Hallberg-Rassy 44.
Yes.
This is a gorgeous
And when I told you I was buying a Hallberg-Rassy, you guys did the double take.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, wait. You've had a catamaran. 2 catamarans?
I had 2
since then?
catamarans, yeah.
What did you have?
Yeah, Sayona 47. Then sailed it with the Salty Dog to Antigua when they offered up a new 51. So I bought that with the idea I'll have all my grandkids and my kids and all of our friends and our business associates will all use these 5 cabins.
Yeah.
And for the next year and a half after I got the 51, it was just basically Miriam and I. We had this apartment building on the water with just the 2 of us. And she'd get lost. I'd go, Miriam, where you at? Anyway, for hours we wouldn't find each other. Anyway, it was just big.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Huge.
And we sailed that boat back from La Rochelle on the Ark back to Florida. I've had my eye on Hallberg-Rassy's for years.
Wow.
You know that we all do this. Everybody that's watching this video walks by a marina and certain boats
I know.
catch their attention.
Sure.
And they'll come back to the marina tomorrow and the same boat will catch their attention.
I know.
That's me and Hallberg-Rassy.
Yeah, me
I didn't
too.
know anything about
I
him,
gotta say.
but the line was classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic yacht looking boat.
Yeah.
I knew they had high quality.
Yeah.
I said, I want a small boat just for Miriam and I. So I ordered the 44
Yeah.
and it's wonderful. It is such a joy to sail. I mean, you're
Yes,
surprised, right?
I am.
This thing is high performance, and people because it looks classic, you don't think it's a high performance boat.
So was there any adjustment going from that solid catamaran 2 holes?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
It's more raw. The sailing is more raw. You're
Okay.
leaned over, the water's right there.
Yeah.
In the catamaran, you're isolated. You're in the middle of an apartment building on the water.
Yeah.
And
And as a pilot, motion doesn't bother you?
it bothers me because I know it bothers my friends.
I do think there is an acclimation period because I haven't been sailing for a while.
Yeah.
There's that. And then being on the Monohull and being very exhausted from Nick's recent adventures in the hospital.
Oh, yes.
It's taking me a little longer than normal, I think, to get in with the motion.
But there's time change. There's everything else going
There is
on, and
so
like
much.
and the hospital thing.
Totally.
So, which I'm sure
So
you'll tell all the viewers about.
It's like the difference between riding a Harley
And seeing the same country from a motorhome.
I think that's a good analogy, Nick. Is you're more in touch with the water. You feel it more.
Mm-hmm.
You feel every little change of wind. On this boat, it talks to you every mile. You know, it needs more sail, it needs less sail, it needs trimmed. It loves to be trimmed expertly. And Nick's been doing it all day, expertly.
It makes a difference, too.
It does. You got an extra knot. I didn't do it. I was just sitting here watching you, and got an extra knot just playing the wind. And if you like that kind of thing, you're closer to it.
Yeah.
And I like that. Nick, your analogy with the motorcycle is dead on.
Yeah.
You know, if you like the open road, it's the open water.
Yeah.
But if you want to do the motorhome, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Well, we get the question a lot, hey, would you guys ever go back to a monohull? And our answers, we will definitely have a monohull, but probably not for us for full-time cruising. Do you think you will ever have another catamaran?
Well, what's the movie Never Say Never? James Bond. I could see me having a catamaran.
Yeah.
There are some new designs out there that attract my interest. I'm happy right now in this stage of my life with just Miriam and I in a monohull. As long as my wife's comfortable in a monohull.
Yeah.
And I think this one, as wonderful it is, I'm already talking to Hallberg-Rassy about a 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've had different things at different times that I thought I wanted, and been able to scratch all the itches, and so I'll never say never, Nick. I'm too smart to do that. I might even buy a bigger power boat. Who knows? They say you're this or that, and I think that's such a fallacy. Why do you have to be a power boat versus sailboat? Before you close this video out, you've got to turn around and get that golden sun behind you on this shot. This is what this is all about.
Exactly.
We get to watch this water, the companionship of friends in a beautiful location, and that's the view that you got right now is the same out of a powerboat, a catamaran, and this boat, right?
So true.
So they're all great.
They are.
They really are.
This one burns a little less gas too, by the way.
We had perfect conditions all night long, sailing into Ibiza, or Ibiza, as us North Americanos might say. There was actually a catamaran for sale that we wanted to catch a glimpse of. Unfortunately, it was not love at first sight.
All right, we landed here in Santa Pola, which is about 30 minutes south of Alicante. We really want to go for a walk because it's been a huge period, 5 days, 6 days with not much walking.
We did that overnight sail coming in from Ibiza. Yeah, I said it right. Ibiza. 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 I'm getting my it's better. Matt moving up to a larger boat, meaning this one's available. Would you choose a monohull to cruise on now that we've got all the miles on the Cat?
Well, I think you have to get really specific with that question because it's a huge question. And I think it's all about mission and location for me with the monohull. So it's a yes if we're in the Mediterranean, for example.
You would pick a monohull over a catamaran for sailing in the Med.
Yeah, and the reason is there's so much to see on land that coming into a marina, grabbing a dock space, all of that's going to be much easier with the monohull.
In this marina, I count 0 catamarans. I'm not seeing cats anywhere, are you?
No.
We had a couple tie up alongside, but they use this med mooring system. They call it a slime line, so you back into your place with fenders out, and then you tie off fore and aft, and those slime lines are set to fit monohull boats. The marinas are set up for it. For full-time cruising, though,
I've been ruined, unfortunately. I mean, I know a lot of people cruise the world in a monohull, and I'm not saying you can't do it. I think for me personally, if I had the choice, I would go catamaran for world cruising still.
Yeah, it's just the living space. I mean, call it a condo marin if you want. I don't think that's an insult at all.
When you're cruising the world, you're actually more on your boat than you are on land.
It's true.
So I feel like back to that mission and location, if you want to explore land, I think a monohull is a great way to do it.
Yeah, especially where dock space is at a premium.
Yeah.
Man, this is a really nice boat. The closer you get to them, the more you appreciate the fine details and craftsmanship. I mean, everywhere I look, I go, that's a good idea, that's a good idea, that's a good idea.
I think that just the ease of sailing it, everything is within reach.
What'd you think of the sail handling?
It was really easy to furl and unfurl the sail.
You had things down pat in like a minute or two.
Yeah.
You're all pro. For a cruising boat, this is set up basically perfectly as far as I'm concerned. For 44 feet, this is a ton of boat.
Isn't it crazy how big this aft cabin is?
It's monstrous. That aft head, it's fully functional with the water maker back here, which I love because when you're changing the filters, you inevitably get a little bit of salt water here and there, and with this configuration, you can easily wash it down with the shower head. The aft cabin separates from the main salon. The engine room is right through here. It's not a stand-up space. You wouldn't expect it on a boat this size, but there is generous engine room access. Really, really nice to be able to see all the way around the engine, all the through holes that you need, the pumps that you need to see, and inspect things before you get going. My favorite feature are these captain's chairs down here. I find myself in those often, doing the editing, relaxing, reading. It's just so comfortable. And then you've got really 2 forward cabins sharing the forward head. You've got a V-berth, and then you've got some bunks. So you could, I think, have 6 people aboard and not be stepping on each other. Though it's really, I think it's a 2-couple boat, don't you think?
I think 2 couples for sure. A couple kids, that'd be super easy. But mostly, I would say 2 couples. It's very luxurious for that.
Yeah, luxurious, and Matt is basically spared no expense. The sails on here are absolutely gorgeous. Full electronics package, electric winches everywhere, in-mast furling. This is a really, really nice boat and spec'd out to the highest level. If you're in the market for a monohull of this size, I don't think it gets any better.
I think if you wanted this one built, it would take at least a year, and then you'd have to upgrade everything. So if you want to go now, sail the Med, cross the Atlantic, this boat is ready to go. Yeah, and we're not brokers. We're not getting anything on this boat.
No.
Matt really is stepping up to a bigger monohull. So this Hallberg-Rassy is for sale. You can take a tour of her at the Cannes Yachting Festival in September.
Thanks so much for joining us, everybody.
Special thanks to the patrons. Couldn't do this without you.
Next week we head for, well, a secret place where there's a catamaran that might be just perfect for us.
I think it's the one.
I hope so.
It is the best mozzarella in the entire world.
From Naples?
The best.
You brought it from Naples?
Yes.
On the airplane?
Straight on airplane, yes.
What do they say in security when they see you got a bunch of cheese?
I know, they are smart. They put the shop of mozzarella after the security. So.
Oh, nice. And what's this cheese called? Because I really like that stuff.
I don't know. I think it's goat meat semi-curado, which means a little bit old. Well, curado means not old, but
Stagionated.
yeah, you know the process where you make it old, but it's a fancy word for food that is old.
Right. Aged.
Yeah,
Aged. Yeah.
Semi-aged.
I think my burger last night was
And then there
semi-aged.
is more aged and less aged.
This is the burrata.
That's the
And
burrata.
how do you say it?
Stracciatella.
Yes.
Grazie.
This is the
Give me your
best.
plate. Oh, you can just.
So you are gonna
So
cut
hungry.
the.
This is your favorite.
You don't need.